I don't want a reader.
But you wrote your name on the Reader's Wanted list.
I changed my mind.
Oh.
Sorry.
Before Christmas, I was reading to a senior who had thick, white hair. He asked me to read the Psalms, which were very strange and beautiful. Then he had a diabetic incident and died before our third reading session.
Like I said, sorry.
It's not like I can earn badges for mountain climbing or swimming.
There's probably plenty of people in here who'd be happy to have you read to them.
All the people on the Reader's Wanted list have been assigned to other readers. My enemy and fellow Pathfinder, Brittany McDonald Lipinski, is a reader for 3 people in this hospital. An elderly lady who had a heart operation, a kid with osteochondrodysplasia, and another kid with cancer.
Like I said, sorry.
I picked you because we have the same last name.
I'm not in the mood today.
If you're not in the mood for a story, I can help you write letters to send to your girlfriend or your parents or your relatives. I carry my laptop with me at all times.
Don't bother. Tired.
Welcome back to Midday. We're down at the Pavilion Theatre this afternoon, checking out the preview to Armstrong's War. This is the last performance of the season for Western Canada Theatre. Joining me, 2 actors in the play. In fact, the only 2 actors in the play. We have Julie Leung, who is playing Hallie Armstrong, and we have Zach Scott, who is playing Corporal Michael Armstrong. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit, first of all, Julie, give me a little bit about the play, a little bit about the plot, what's going on.
It's a little bit of these 2 unlikely characters that get together, and they share some very personal experiences. And these 2 characters that are very opposite find a connection that brings them together.
Corporal Michael Armstrong is grumpy is a generous way to put it. He's in a really, really terrible spot at the top of the play. He's suffering from wounds, both mentally and physically, and he's not in a place to get past specifically his mental wounds. His physical wounds are healing, but he's really stuck mentally in some events that took place on his deployment in Afghanistan that he just can't get past.
Okay, so the part that we watched was pretty much the beginning of the performance, the beginning of the production. Where does it go from here in general terms? I sense that there's going to be some growth between these 2 individuals, and there's some learning that is done between the 2 of them. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, so there's definitely some disagreements between the 2. However, Hallie is a very, very persistent Pathfinder, and she has her goal, which is to get her community service badge. So she does whatever it takes to get that badge. So she keeps coming back.
I sense there's a little bit of comedy in this one.
There is. There's a little bit of comedy. Yeah, I think it's very funny, actually.
What will the audience leave with? What will they learn from this? What is sort of the message behind the story, Zach?
I don't know. I would say something that you can really take away from this, no matter who you are, is that anybody has something to offer to you as a person. You know, you can learn something from anybody if you're willing to go there, or if that person's willing to be persistent with you. And so I think it's just about that, just about connections between people and understanding how people can help you move through things, or help you get over a terrible loss or any sort of tragedy.
Now, for both of you, this is your first go with Western Canada Theatre. It turns out that these 2 went to school together. Langara, I think you mentioned.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that, Julie.
So it was at Studio 58, which is a theatre conservatory program at Langara College in Vancouver, which is where we are both from. And I think Zach and I were only a term apart, so we got to work together quite a bit. This is our 4th show together.
No.
Yeah.
And Julie, how old are you in real life?
In real life, I'm 27.
Shocker. You do really well looking 12 with your Pathfinder outfit and your braids. It's quite impressive, in fact.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is your first go at Western Canada Theatre as well. First trip to Kamloops, first time here? Or?
Actually, it's funny. There's this thing in Kamloops called Main Stage, which is like a big community theater thing. And I used to come to Main Stage all the time when I was a kid. Like my dad and my sister and me would come every year, and it was often held in Kamloops. So I've often partied in this very room. They usually convert it into like a dance floor for Main Stage, and we party here all night after watching shows at the Sagebrush. Right. So I've been here a lot, but I didn't even know this was a theater.
That's awesome. So it feels a little bit second nature. It's not unfamiliar to you then?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, well, break a leg to the both of you. Thank you for spending some time today talking to us.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming and talking to us.
Yeah, so welcome. Armstrong's War is playing now through until April 21st here at the Pavilion Theatre. You can get tickets at kamloopslive.ca. We're back after a quick break. Stay with us.
Don't touch it, warned Allison. But Cordelia's fingers were already flicking away the sand. The arm was attached to a shoulder, to a spine, to a skull.
What's your name again?
Hallie Armstrong.
Stop reading, Hallie.
Don't you like the story?
Too old for that kind of stuff.
Oh, I have another book I'm currently reading.
You got any war books in there?
No, but this one is more mature. Ever heard of Heathcliff?
No.
Oh, you'll love it. This is literature. But instead of starting the beginning, I'm gonna jump ahead to the exciting part. Now, all you need to know is that Catherine is in bed with Linton's child. At least I think it's Linton's child. Linton is her husband, and anyway, she's dying and her true love Heathcliff comes to visit. Oh, Kathy. Oh, my life. How can I bear it? Was the first sentence he uttered, in a tone that did not seek to disguise his despair.
I don't want to hear about Heathcliff or singing skeletons.
Talking
Yeah, I don't
skeletons.
want to be read to. I don't want to be talked to. I just want to sleep.
I bet you the word wren reminds you of a delicate bird. But Miss Wren is a condor. She's not big or anything. In fact, she's tiny. But her personality takes up most of the sky. A leader of women, she likes to call herself. But if I tell her that I left early because you wanted to sleep, she'll blame me and say that I wasn't sensitive enough, or that I didn't have the right attitude, that I wasn't sufficiently prepared. And I'm not afraid of her or anything, but sometimes I'm a little tiny bit afraid of her.
Is there a form I have to sign saying you completed your mission?